I met Steve at a Narrowing the Gap network day, and he told me about his organization. And I knew that our year fives at the time were preparing to go into year six, which was, as everyone knows, is a very difficult year because of key stage 2 SATs. And so I contacted Steve to come and work with some of our boys who were more challenging in terms of behavior, and a few girls who were quite able but had behavioral issues as well, and they were not very, very focused. And so I invited Steve to come in to do some work with them. Oh, the children loved Serious Intentions. They loved the games that we used, and they liked the way that Steve made it quite interactive. For them it was fun, it was enjoyable, and they didn't even realize that they were actually learning. So, I mean, Steve did a really, really good job at incorporating these games within the learning to encourage them to think about the actual messages that he was trying to get them to think about, which was maturity and just general learning, basically, and getting them ready for learning. During the program, we noticed that some of the boys and girls, they had become a lot more mature. They were being looked upon by other children as being role models, and other children wanted to actually join Serious Intentions because of the change that they saw in these children's behavior. And at the end of the program, as a staff, we realized that in particular one of the boys, his whole attitude had changed so much that we have decided to make him the head boy of the school because of the work that Steve has actually done. So that was a huge impact, really. We've done our first cohort of children, and we've actually invited Steve back, invited Serious Intentions back to do some work with some girls, and only girls this time, because the last time we actually mixed the groups, and I think we've actually learned from our mistakes. It would have been better to have same, single sex groups. But yes, we have invited Steve back to work with some girls, and the focus for this was on self-confidence. And again, we know that they are able children, but they lack the confidence they don't believe in themselves. And we're hoping that the work that Steve is doing with these 11-year-old girls would actually help them to realize their true potential, really. Steve is really an entertainer. He believes in what he's actually doing, and that is, in his presence, you can actually feel that. He does believe that he is, in what he's actually doing. He believes in the programs that he's running with his children, programs on confidence, building respect. He believes in it, you can see that. And his method of presenting it to children is just fantastic. I think it's very interactive. The children love it. Adults enjoy it as well. He came to do an assembly for us, and the adults that were in, they were actually taking part. They were enjoying it. So I would say again that Steve is definitely an educational entertainer, and he makes learning fun.
If you would like more information about Serious Intentions motivational and inspirational products, visit us at www.seriousintentions.co.uk.